Good day, folks. Today, vending machine. Let's get started. Just a quick note with this, we are going to be, you don't have to use this image. I just recommend it because it's decent quality and you don't have to Google it. I'm trying to save you a little bit of time. So we're going to be working with this image today. Again, you may use a different one. Quick reminder too, the easiest way to get the highest quality version of something in Schoology is to actually click on the image, scroll down, and go to download image. Okay. From there, we're going to get our good friend GIMP open. Hey, buddy. Now we're going to go to File, Open, and we're going to go ahead to our Downloads folder. Okay, so from there, you could put it in your Google Drive. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so what is this project looking like? We are basically making a fantasy vending machine, like that has some sort of theme. For me, my theme is going to be the Boomer Starter Pack. So we're going to have basically, like in our top row, we're going to have some things related to like a house for $40,000, a job with just a well-paying job with just a high school diploma, and just sort of some things like that. That's going to be my theme. You can pick your theme. It could just be like the ultimate vending machine or whatever. It could be a pet store vending machine, which would be disturbing, but I think sort of interesting. So our first step is going to be to isolate one of these sort of like hooks or loops that we're going to use like as a layer that we're going to repeat. So this will be sort of similar if you've done the face cloning tutorial. Like we need to isolate that thing that we want to repeatedly use. And so yeah, we're going to just do that. So let's go ahead then and find, there's really there's no right answer as far as which loop you use. I mean, I'm going to just take a peek here. And I might have to pause this because of like morning announcements. I don't know, the brownie loop. It's looking like a snack. So let's try that out. All right, so I'm going to use the freehand select tool. There are other sort of tools you could use. It's totally up to you. So for me, I'm going to use the freehand select tool just because that's my preferable tool. You could use a mask. You could also like play around with the fuzzy select tool. It's sort of like, it's up to you. I like the control that the lasso tool gives me, but it is totally up to you. Okay, and I think we're getting close to the bell, so you might just pause and then it comes back and it's been selected. So I'm gonna start my selection like here, and make sure you have feather edges and selected, and I'm just gonna go ahead and freehand this. Okay. Oh, yes. Actually, this is the second time I had to do this video because I sort of got interrupted last time. And one of the things I came up in the last one is like, what kind of small talk should I be doing during these times of like, kind of like intricate work? Like what commentary? Should I do like a little time capsule thing as far as like what it's like to be in PHS as a teacher in the year 2019? Just sort of as like a time capsule for future generations, that are scouring YouTube for like hints at what the past was like. Should I just make it so that it almost goes like fast forward motion where you just hear me go, you know what though? I think in this case, you can always just fast forward. So I give you ultimate sort of authority as to like what you kind of go with, what you watch and what you don't watch. And again, because you might not even be using the lasso tool. You might be doing something like completely different. Like this might be a good thing for masking. This might be a good thing for the magic wand. Again, this is just sort of like, I don't like how that one came out. This is just sort of, and remember too, you can press your delete key if you ever need to get rid of one of your points if you're not happy with them. And this is like one of these things, just having some fun. Okay. All right, so I don't know. Okay, so this is a good, I want to get a little bit more, I think I biffed it a bit. So this is one thing we can check out as far as add to current selection. This is a tool option with the lasso tool. We're going to kind of get a little bit more of this edge. So right now, notice I selected add to selection rather than replace. Let's just like add a little bit more of this. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. All right, so we've got that. Looks pretty good. I think we could do a little bit, let's do some more refinements. Okay. All right, that looks pretty good, I think. So now what we'll do is, let's zoom out a little bit. We've got this in isolation. Let's just go to Edit, Copy, and then Edit, Paste As, New Layer. All right, and if we go to our Layers tab, we now have a new layer of, and let's just do Select and then None. We now have a new sort of, really picked up a lot of the background. Might have to refine that then. Anyways, oh yeah, see how I got a bit of the brownie? We can refine that then. Just like, we can just erase that a bit. We'll play with that later. Anyways, because yours is going to look different, I don't want to spend a ton of time with that. Okay, so that's step one, is going to be isolating a like one of the bars, and I'm just going to kind of like set this aside for now. Okay, so I can even rename this layer. We'll call it like, what is that? We'll call it like metal loop. Okay, so now we go on our good friend, the internet, and I'm looking here for a new house for sale. And what I'm going to do, like that's a good house I kind of like. But one thing just to know is that you can refine your search. Just go to Settings, Search Settings. And in this case, like, no, I don't want that actually. Okay, Tools, and then we can set the size to, I'd say like large. And you obviously set it to color and make sure it's set to any color. Let's do this one. Make sure you've got that, that extension on. And then we're going to go to View Image. And it actually, in this case, it automatically downloaded it. Most of the times it'll take you to a page that like makes you, you know, do a right click and say, let's do a save as. But anyways, we're going to go into GIMP now, and we're going to go to File, and then we're going to say Open as Layers, and we're going to go to our, like that house I grabbed, and this thing might be pretty big. So we're going to need to like size it down. So we'll use our Scale tool. Okay, if you ever are not sure what something is, just hover over it, it'll give you what that tool is. Then you can scale that down. Okay, go to Scale. Notice too that this came in as a new layer, okay? And we're gonna just move this, and let's get it like approximately where we're gonna wanna eventually put it. I'm gonna we'll do maybe chips, and then this is where we'll put it. So we can do this a couple different ways. If you look at it, like this is not exactly black, like where's our eyedropper? This isn't exactly black. So what we can do is, let's just do like something quick and dirty in terms of like, with our selection tool. Okay, so let's go to our tools menu. Let's go ahead here and let's like select the area that it is basically in, like where we want to put it. And we can even do sort of like this. Okay. Again, this does not need to be perfect. Okay, that looks fine. All right, and let's see what it looks like if we do a file, and then I gotta set this to black. So you can just sort of click on that to go to their default things, say edit, and then fill with foreground color. Oh, it's actually a good point. Why did it not fill this in as with black? Well, it's because I am right now, I was not on the right layer. I'm on the layer right now of the house. I need to make sure I'm on my background layer, and now I go to edit and then fill with foreground color. Now that will go. It's not bad. again, it can be a little, you can refine it a bit more. I should have not had it be fuzzy. Let's just go to select, say none. It's not great. So maybe we do a different approach. It's a valid thing. What we can do is we can just do our clone tool. Where are you nowadays? Okay, our clone tool. Okay, and let's do a select none. And then let's just go ahead and with our clone tool, we'll need to, just give me a second. Yeah. And we're back. Sorry about that. It was one of those things, we had our morning announcements. Okay, so anyways, we've got our clone tool. This is going to be new for us, but I think it's one of those things, we're going to be cloning this background. So part of the thing is the clone tool is going to need some information before it's going to be able to use. It's not like a paintbrush that just is like, okay, color, I'm fine now, right? No. Wrong. The clone tool needs a source. The clone tool needs to know, like, okay, I'm supposed to take information, color information, pattern information from one area and put it in another. We have to define where that starting point is. Starting point we're going to do is let's select, like, I don't know, over here. So what I did is I had to do a command click. Okay, so command, press it, see how my mouse is changing? Command click, right there. And I'm going to select there. Let's adjust the size. I think it's going to be a bit too big. That might be a bit big. We might have to take that down a bit. And then for our brush, is that a brush we want? Let's go big. Let's try just a hard brush. Okay, and then let's now. Now we're getting, you see how it's like kind of moving over. I'm just clicking and dragging, having some fun. And notice we're not getting the same like horrific, kind of like that black, like it's not true black because it was, it's part of the real world. Notice too, like we're going over like everything because we already have that ring. Okay. Ooh, come on now, friend. That's too much. All right. So now, let's see here. Good. Okay, so now we can really just have some fun. Okay. Taking that out. Done a ton of good stuff. Almost done. Okay, doesn't need to be perfect. All right, so, hey, nice. Now, select our move tool. Now let's zoom out. Where did we put that house? Where did you go? Did I do there it is. Okay, cool. For sale. So now notice that move tool. Notice I have here, like in terms of like pick a layer or guide. This is going to move whatever layer I'm hovering over currently. So if I would click the background image, it's going to move that. If you want to be very specific about which layers you're doing, you can go ahead and go to where it says move the active layer, and then it'll only move the layer that I'm currently on. That's going to be something that's going to be important for this loop because it's difficult to like hover perfectly over it. So right now, again, my tool option I have here, I have set up so it says move the active layer. I'm going to go here though. This is still like a little bit too big, so I'm going to scale it down. I gotta like stop changing the size of my toolbox because it's like it's rearranging where stuff is. So there we go. So let's change that up so it's like a little bit. I think that is proper toolbox now. Okay, are we happy with this? Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, now we're gonna go here to our metal loop. Oh crap, look, it's going behind it. Why? Oh, actually, we're going to go ahead with this metal loop. We want to duplicate it because we want to have this be our source. So we're going to go and do a duplicate layer. And now we got 2 metal loops. And now I'm going to move this over, and it's like, oh crap, it's going behind it. Well, just change which layer is on top. Okay, now the loop will go over it. And we're in good shape. Now this is, I'm pretty happy with how these are associated with each other. So I'm going to actually do here with metal loop the copy. I'm going to do a right click and say merge down. And for this, I'll name this layer like house. Okay. All right. Now for the piece de la resistance. We are going to just do a simple thing here. Let's say, what are the colors? The price is 55 cents. So let's also make sure with this we're on our vending machine layer, and then let's see here. Let's just do a text box, and let's write here. Oh, no, I don't like how that's going. I think it's too big. Let's change that size way down. Let's try like 15, honestly. Okay, so we're in good shape there. Let's change the color to, I don't know, so it's supposed to be black, but let's just change it to red so it's a little bit more visible. And now let's put like 40K, just to do our Boomer starter pack. Okay, so that's how you do one of them. I don't know. I would like to see like at least maybe the, how do you repeat this? It's not that bad. How do you repeat this? I mean, all you do is, and we can get rid of these text layers that have been generated. All right, 40K. You can also then with that just say here, merge down, because we're not going to change that. Keep that metal loop for the house. Like once you're happy, you can just put it right above the background layer, and then go ahead and just say merge down. Okay, so how many things am I expecting? I mean, it's okay. Minimum, I want that top row. Okay, like that's, come on, you can do that. But I mean, if you want to go wild, like if you got a theme, and this is where like, you know, the beauty of like sort of shifting gears to like the more artistic side of things is like, if you want to fill this whole dang thing and it's awesome, go nuts, go corn nuts, enjoy yourself. Anyways, I wish you the best of luck. Great stuff. It's a Friday, at least at this time I'm recording this. Have a great day and a long weekend. Good day.